Hello everybody, this is Kyle Speed 1, not coming to you from the racetrack. Yeah. I had some excitement during the night. This is a Venezuelan Green bottle blue tarantula. And it measures 4 inches from that leg to that leg. You're supposed to do a diagonal measurement on it. Now I wet it down with some water to kind of keep the the molt pliable, but I don't think I'm going to be successful in trying to sex this molt. This is my first tarantula. It's also my very first tarantula to molt. And if you're not familiar with a species, the carapace, this thing right here, that has a green color to it. And as you see with the abdomen, it's got a kind of reddish, slightly orange hue to it. And the legs have a blue or a green blue tint to them. You can see it right there in these two legs. I named it Byrdy because I didn't know whether or not it was a female or a male. And supposedly with this particular tarantula, the males only live like 5 years. The females can live up to 20 plus years. Okay. Why does that sound familiar with the human species, that the males always die off quicker than the females? Why is it you only find lots of little old ladies in the old folks home and hardly any men? But I digress. This is the molt. It was successful. Byrdy looks absolutely beautiful. Here's Byrdy's enclosure. I've got a little cactus succulent. My hands are dirty because I added some substrate to it. A little desert succulent here in the corner. There's the water dish. Now this is coconut, ground coconut husk, okay, for the substrate. And it's like that throughout the thing. There you got some Spanish moss with some webbing on it. You got some leaf litter. And this thing here is what they call cork bark. And that's its little hidey place whenever it wants to do what it just did, molt, or run and hide. So far, Byrdy's been really gentle, really docile. I've not had it kick hairs at me. I haven't had it give me a defensive posture. Very well behaved, gentle little tarantula. And like I said, this is the first time I've ever had one. So after my dogs died, it's been what, 3-4 years. I really wasn't in the mood to take care of something living again, because when those 3 passed away, pretty much fairly close to each other, we raised them as pups from a litter of our male and female miniature schnauzers. Here you can see where it's done some webbing, and on the back it's done some more webbing and basically sealed itself in. And that was, at first I couldn't figure out what was going on. Why in the heck would you seal yourself in like that? Because prior to this, after I brought it home from Petco, yeah, I know, I did this enclosure for it, transferred it, and it ate 3 large crickets. I mean, bang, bang, bang. And it jumped at them. It didn't really scare me, but you could tell it was hungry. So after that, my crickets all died. There's my feeder crickets up inside there. And shoot, I was going to go pick up some more crickets and some food for them when my car broke down. Yeah, it's pretty major. The timing chains on that little Camaro went defunct on me, and I hope to God that it didn't have any valves tapping on the pistons when it did. But I can hear the chain clink clink as I try to bar the engine over. So that's going to be a project I've got to do pretty soon. But for the meantime, back to Byrdy. I watched it web up this area, and it laid a mat, a total enclosure, all the way around that section of this cork bark. And then I sat there and I saw it kicking hairs. And they'll do that right before a molt because those urticating hairs are very irritating to you, me, animals. They can be very irritating. Yeah, don't breathe them in. Don't get them on your skin because you'll itch like crazy, especially with the green bottle blues from what I've been told. So anyway, it kicked hairs, and it does that by protecting itself while it's vulnerable and going through its molt. Ain't nature wonderful? Now, it just freshly molted, and I did peel back the cork bark there to take a peek and get the molt out. And folks, it is absolutely beautiful. That is a very beautiful tarantula, the green bottle blue from Venezuela. Now, where it comes from is basically the section of Venezuela that's desert. So you don't have to keep the substrate moist. It likes it dry, but at the same time, I've got a little cactus succulent there. I don't remember what the name of it is, that I have to keep watered. I don't know. I may end up killing it because I usually overdo things, and I may have overwatered it. I've already lost a couple of leaves off of it. So we'll see. But for now, that's Byrdy's little enclosure, its little world. And this is a 12 by 8 8 tall, yeah, 8 tall. It's an 8 by 12 by 8, okay, enclosure. It's got the ventilation ports throughout it to keep cross-air ventilation going just fine. It's here in North Texas, near Fort Worth. So the temps have already getting high up here. Just had a major flood down there in the hill country. God bless those people and the little kids they lost down there. Prayers go out to them. I can't imagine what it would be like to lose a child. I've got a stepson and a daughter. Marriage didn't work out after 22 years, but you know, as a parent, yeah, it would be pretty devastating to lose a child. So send your prayers up to those folks down there in the hill country of Texas, near Austin and San Antonio. The rivers all overflowed and wiped out an RV park. I mean, it did a lot of damage. So But for right now, that's me and Byrdy, not coming to you from the racetrack. Bet you didn't know I was the kind of person who would try to keep a tarantula as a pet. No, I'm not going to handle it. I don't have arachnophobia rather. I just respect them. I don't fear them as much as I respect them. Tarantulas, unless they are communal, they are solitary creatures. And, you know, out in the wild, they ain't got a whole lot of humans walking by wanting to give them a pet and a hug and and a rub. So, yeah, I'll let Byrdy be Byrdy, feed it crickets, and hopefully it'll be happy. Again, I don't know how successful I'm going to be with this molt and trying to sex it. I know what it's supposed to look like, but for right now, I can't see that little flap. I can't see the little flap that's supposed to be right in here. Okay, somewhere up in there. It's right between the carapace and the abdomen. And there's supposed to be a little flap if it's a female. And that's what the male sticks. It's, what do they call them? Pediphelts, which would be this one and this one, loaded with the sperm, and tilt the female up and take its pediphelts and deposit the sperm into that flap, and then that'll fertilize the eggs, and her abdomen will swell up, and she'll make an egg sac. So that's all I got for you today, folks. Yeah, it's kind of wild and crazy. Green bottle blue Venezuelan tarantula. Some people call them pokies. I would not want to be poked by one of these. Their fangs are huge. They kind of remind me of like a small falcon's talons. Okay, they're huge. But that's pretty much it for today. Glad Byrdy had a successful molt. In about 2 weeks, I'll throw a couple of crickets in there. Now, she or he will be able to feed water out of that water dish, and it's just an old milk cap. And yeah, I'll give you an update after Byrdy gets to feeling better after that molt. Y'all take care. Bye.